To manufacture doors, the manufacturer has a fixed cost of $6,000 plus a variable cost of $160 per door. Find N, the number of doors that need to be produced, so the average cost per door is $180. Okay, first, ignore the typo. Next, let's highlight some important information. So there is a fixed cost of $6,000 plus a variable cost of $160 per door. We are finding N, the number of doors that need to be produced, so the average cost per door is $180. So some background information that we need to know is that in order to find the average, you would add up the total amount of something and divide by the number of items. So in this case, if we're trying to find the average cost, the cost is going to include the $6,000, okay, of the fixed cost, plus the cost per door, which happens to be $160 per door. So 160 per tells me in math I'm multiplying, and I'm told to call the number of doors N. So this is the total cost of all the doors. And again, if we're finding the average, we need to divide by the total number, which in this case is N. And we want that average to be 180. Okay, so now we can just go about solving this. So really, we have a proportion here. Okay, you can think of this as over 1. Okay, so you could use cross multiplication, or you could just think of this as undoing this, dividing by N, by multiplying both sides by N. A couple different ways to think of this. So 6,000 plus 160N is going to be equal to 180N. Okay, so now I notice I have variables on both sides of the equation. So I'm going to move them to the right side of the equation, since that is my only term on the right side. Okay, that cancels out on the left. So I have 6,000 is equal to 20N. Oops. And so for my last step, I want to divide both sides by 20. And 6,000 divided by 20 is 300. And again, I want to go back and make sure I'm answering the question. Find N, the number of doors that need to be produced. So indeed, I have found N. And I always want to label this. So the answer is 300 doors.